Hey guys, good evening. So Donald Trump has won. He's won his second term. Um, it's pretty dark. I'm not really big into the politics. Like I don't follow bills and all that kind of stuff. So I don't follow the swing states and all that. I think Kamala Harris did not win any of the swing states. It's a blowout, and a lot of people are going in and she did this, she spoke to these people and this and that, and other people didn't believe her. And this is one of the first videos I've ever done where I don't know what the solution is. I don't. I don't know what Democrats do next. I don't know what this means. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I just all the people. I mean, I was reading this, and just before the last couple of weeks, I was reading it, and it's kind of like I feel like the people that do research and investigate, what's the point? You know, to people that work in the FBI, this department, and all that. I mean, that know Trump communicated with Putin and knows that Trump sent COVID tests to Putin, and for them that know this stuff and are still willing to, I can't imagine what that's like. Because I'm not saying we ever were, but we're not a nation of rules and laws anymore. And that's what they voted for. You know, I don't know what Trump will do. I don't know what ultimately is the most dangerous. I think this is President J.D. Vance. Let's go ahead and say it. I think Trump is not well. Listening to him talk was a man that's not well, was a man that's not 100%. And for me, it's obviously concerned people around him. I mean, I've talked about how Kamala Harris had that positivity and everything he's talked about, him, her, and Waltz, and just that they were like human beings to me, and they were like real people, and there's joy, and we're not going back. And now it's like maybe America wants to go back, and maybe they want a convicted felon. Maybe America doesn't want that. Maybe I've said it before, we're the bad guys. I'm saying it again. November the 6th of 2024, America lost. And we the bad guys. Yeah. We watched COVID and his failure of that. He blames on everybody, in the threats, and now with this bird flu thing on the horizon. I've talked about it, I think, recently, that last week or two they found bird flu in pigs. Was it dangerous? This is a killer. And bird flu is, because the pig nostril is similar to human, it's replicating, it's learning. It means it's learning. That's a bad direction. Like everyone's like, oh, it's not in pigs yet. It's in pigs. Yeah, and it's killing young people. It's killing people who have no connection to poultry. So we had COVID, which was people with comorbidities, people who were old and all that, and now it's killing. It's kind of, I don't want to say that, but we're looking at a president that's unfit and that has already stated his viewpoint of public health with science. And then looking at some climate change stuff today, it's like, it's I don't know. It must be how NASA feels when they have like satellites up in space and the satellite one day stops receiving. That's how I feel about this. Trump is going to cut all this stuff. It's going to end. Because Republicans are living in an era where climate change is inconvenient. It's inconvenient. And so it being inconvenient means that they're going to get, that's the Republican way, is that if it's inconvenient, it doesn't go along with my way of the world, then it's fake. And that's just the way they're going to operate. Everything's fake until they can use it for some other purpose. So you understand, like and I listened to a lady talk about how like all this stuff it hurts in innovation. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But I just know that if your government is one that is based off of lies and is based off of firing people who dare to tell you, hey, there's people that are buying up mask machines for COVID, and hey, animal dewormer is dangerous, and your thing is to fire them. That isn't a person that I want in government. I mean, Trump is a horrible, petty person. And the fact that he even was able to run again. I remember thinking yesterday, like, how I won't forget the people I knew who voted for Trump. I'll never forget it. And Trump winning, it's like, yeah, you're not going to, because they're going to, like, double down on it. So, like, you understand? It's like saying you don't like somebody, like, I don't forget it. You won't forget it. They moved next to you. Yeah, you're not. They live next to you now. They live on the street. Don't worry. You'll see them every day when they go to work. Hey, neighbor. They done some horrible stuff to you. Like, yeah, you're going to remember them because they're going to be in your world for the next 4 years. They're not going anywhere. You know, unless God takes them away but they're more likely going to be there for a while. And I just, it's very sad. And I remember I've talked on here about how, like, oh, there's like elections that they lose in like Ohio and Florida and stuff, and it's like with abortion and stuff. I'm like, I just started to realize that I shouldn't talk like that, because there's trans people out here that are being affected by stuff they're doing, and we should be sensitive to that. I should be sensitive. I should be more sensitive to the plight of others. I'm not transgender. I'm presenting as a man. I'm a man. All man, baby. But we should be sensitive to those that are affected by these adverse policies. You know, because, you know, it's what it is. And I never knew I lived and worked amongst so many cruel, nasty, authoritarian type personalities. I never knew it. I never, you know, I just thought people disagreed on certain things and religion and all that, but I never knew that so many people have this rage and anger in their hearts, and that they're just so much hatred. You know, Kamala Harris, to me, is a great woman. Worked hard for what she's gotten. You know, I've talked before about the debate they had where he interrupted her, and how this moment of like a black Indian woman standing up next to a billionaire, and how we have to view them as equal. And even in that system where they've made it somewhat just or somewhat fair, she still had to be quiet when he interrupted her, even though the rules are on her side, because that's white supremacy. Because even when you got your moment in the sunshine, they can still come in there and just, doop, they mess it all up. That's white privilege. And the fact that no one said anything, and the fact that they picked up his voice anyway, it's almost like the DEI stuff, like the ways of them trying to make people think about this kind of stuff, that it doesn't even really matter. It does, because it doesn't really matter, because they can just, you know what I mean, they can just do what he did and nobody cares. I just want to say, for me personally, I'm embarrassed to be an American, and that, you know, to me, America lost. Yeah, nobody won. America lost. And just looking at you know, Morning Joe and other leftists talking, and just the fear on their face of, like, Trump talking about he wants to have a dictatorship on day one, and let's get rid of the Constitution, and these white people still voted for that. It's just like, it's like maybe this is what the world they want, and that maybe this whole idea of America becoming less white and this idea of diversity, maybe that doesn't really, maybe we got that wrong. Maybe we have to go back to the drawing board. I just know that for me, this is a sad day. Thank you for listening.